So first, a little quiz. And you can just mentally note to yourself, or you can shout it out, but I'll go through the answers once I get through all 5 questions. So what makes this corn purple, or as we like to call it in my program, maroon corn? So is it natural genetic diversity and conventional breeding? Is it organic production? Is it genetic modification, as we like to call GMO? Is it gene editing, or is it photo editing or Photoshop? Is it a shop photo? Okay, so I won't go through the answers till we get through all 5. So what keeps these apples and mushrooms from browning? Same answers. So we can see a conventional apple on the left, the Arctic apple on the right that doesn't brown, and then these button mushrooms, you cut them and same thing, they don't brown. So is that going to be natural genetic diversity? Is it the production? Is it GM? Is it gene editing, or is it just Photoshop? Okay, lots of diversity answers here. Okay, now read this question carefully. What makes wheat with gluten? So we have 2 different situations here. We have this article here where we have high gluten wheat and low gluten wheat, and then another study that came out recently with the high gluten wheat and the low gluten wheat. So is that natural? Is it gene editing? Is it GMO? Is it Photoshop? What is it? 2 more questions. So what made this cotton plant poisonous? So in this cotton plant on the left is a toxic alkaloid called gossypol, and it's really poisonous. You don't want to eat cottonseed for that reason. On the right is low gossypol, so that's actually safe cotton. So you can eat that seed, and cattle can eat that seed if you want it. So what made this cotton plant poisonous? Is that natural genetic diversity and breeding? Is it organic production, GM, gene editing, or is it just Photoshop? Okay, last one. What made this corn yield so high? Natural genetic diversity, organic production, GM production. E. Okay, I think E is a safe bet on this one. This actually is a quite famous photo, quite famous postcard from 1908. So how they did photo editing back there, I don't know. That's obviously not Photoshop. Okay, so run through these real quick. This first corn is there's a natural corn called red stalker. So we've taken that in my research program. We happen to make a cross that turned the whole plant that way. So that's just natural genetic diversity and conventional breeding. Now these apples and mushrooms, this is some of the new technology that's coming out of gene editing. And so people are fairly excited about some of these. Wheat with gluten. So this was a trick question. Wheat naturally has gluten. The ancestor in the domesticated form of wheat is high gluten. That's what makes good bread. But there was a group in Europe that used GM technology to knock out the gluten. And then there's a group, I don't remember where they are, but a different group that used gene editing. This was just published, I think, in the last week or 2 to get rid of the gluten in wheat. Okay, so that's a hot topic for celiacs who are allergic to wheat. Really important topic. This is an exciting one. I'll cover this a little bit later. But cotton not naturally has gossypol. It's a natural toxin that the plant uses as an insect defense. If you get rid of gossypol, the insects eat the whole plant and you don't have any cotton. But one of our professors right here at Texas A&M made a genetic modified version where the plant has gossypol but the seed does not. Okay? And so that's really exciting technology. He's been spending a lot of his effort trying to get that adopted and getting it sold commercially, but we can talk about that a little bit later.